Dzień dobry, witam Państwa bardzo serdecznie na kolejnym wydarzeniu organizowanym przez Regionalny Ośrodek Debaty Międzynarodowej w Toruniu oraz Biuro Współpracy Międzynarodowej i Międzyuczelnianej w Akademii Kultury Społecznej Medialnej w Toruniu realizujący program Erasmus+. Dziś mamy wyjątkowych gości, wyjątkowych przedstawicieli z Uniwersytetu w stolicy Kosowa, Prisztinie. Ze względu na fakt, że nasi goście nie posługują się językiem polskim, w tym momencie przejdę na język angielski tak, aby było to zrozumiane przez uczestników naszego dzisiejszego specjalnego wydarzenia, naszej specjalnej debaty online dedykowanej mieszkańcom województwa Kujawsko-Pomorskiego, jak również studentom i zainteresowanym osobom z tegoż województwa naszej kochanej Polski. So, in this moment I will change the language into English, then through this you will understand everything what I'll say. Thank you very much that you accept my invitation to Poland, and as I heard, it's not the first time.
No, it's not, and for sure it will not be the last one.
I'm sure of that. And your first time?
Yes, it's my first time in Poland, visiting Poland.
Yes, thank you very much that you are first time you accept my invitation, and thanks to this the Kosovo and Polish relations are so close. My dear viewers, with great pleasure I want to introduce two amazing guests from the university in Kosovo. The first one is Professor Alejtin Berisha, who is an educator, university executive and entrepreneur, president of the Universum International College, powered by Arizona State University, Southeast Europe's most international and innovative college, and the founder of Finnish Schools International. Alejtin Berisha has taught entrepreneurship, innovation and higher education management in several universities around the world. His interests are in the entrepreneurial universities, and the future of work is in one hand and entrepreneurship ecosystem building in the other. Alejtin Berisha has studied at the University of Bath, University of Sussex, when we will get the master degree, and Southeast European University in Macedonia, when you got bachelor degree. Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
And my second guest is visiting Professor Ardit Berisha, who has more than 10 years of experience in education and higher education management. He's the current campus coordinator at Universum International College, powered by Arizona State University, and seconded superintendent at Universum K-12 schools. Ardit earned a master's degree in advertising and public relations from University of Sheffield in the UK, and bachelor degree in management from the University of Prisztine in Kosovo. Welcome. Thank you very much that you are here. And for our viewer, my first question is, I think, very important, because I always underline that education, thanks to the education, good education, we can fight with every misunderstanding and every fake news. So my first question means Kosovo. What does it mean, Kosovo? Kosovo is the state, is the region, and who lives in Kosovo?
Kosovo is the youngest state in Europe, which gains its independence on 17th of February 2008. Also, it has the youngest population in Europe, which are more than 60% under 30 years old.
So you're a very young nation.
Very young nation, but a small nation, maybe the smallest nation in Europe with 1.8 million people in population.
In Kosovo, but outside of Kosovo...
Outside of Kosovo, maybe or the same number, maybe more than 1 million living outside of Kosovo.
So totally 3 million.
Totally around 3 million.
But you declare yourself as the Kosovar.
Yes, we are nationally Albanian, but Kosovo
As a citizen.
As a citizen, yeah. As a citizen.
Your main language is Albanian. Yes. But now you speak in English.
Yeah. We also have minorities in
Of
Kosovo.
course.
We have Serbs, we have Turkish, Bosniaks, Roma. So Kosovo is a multi-ethnic country. But as Ardit said, majority is Albanian ethnicity. But yes, now we call, and we consider ourselves as Kosovars.
Kosovars.
Yes.
Okay. And Kosovo, without any doubt, is a state.
It is absolutely.
State, recognized from 108 countries.
108 countries. Perfect. My second question is, of course, concentrated about your university. What is the status of the Universum International College? What programs does the university have? How many students do you have?
We have around 5,000 students in three campuses in Kosovo. The main campus is in Prištinie, and we have two other campuses in Ferizaj and in Đakovo.
Mm-hmm.
Our status is as a university college. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in terms of programs, I mean, what we're very known for, I think, it's our international outlook. We are the most international university, I think, in Southeast Europe. We have 221 Erasmus Plus partners. And then we have recently entered into a partnership with Arizona State University, becoming powered by Arizona State University, which means that we're basically, in a way, indirectly managed by Arizona State University, which is the most innovative university in the United States and the biggest public university in the United States. And in terms of study programs, we have business, management, law, public administration, political science, international relations, and then we have languages, English, language, German. We have computer science, and then design. We have a school of design, graphic, as well as fashion design, and then we have healthcare, as Ardit mentioned, nursing, physiotherapy, dentistry, dental hygiene. So I would say, we forgot, I think, the journalism and communication as well. I hope we didn't forget anything else. We're becoming a comprehensive university.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Your public university?
We're private. We're a private university founded in 2004. So next year will be our 20th anniversary. Very young institution, but Kosovo is a young state. As Ardit mentioned, is the youngest in Europe. Just declared independence in 2008. So everything in Kosovo is very young.
I understand. I think for many people will be very interesting about what you said. So the recognition of Kosovo. You mentioned that a little more than 100 states in the world recognize Kosovo as a state. So not everybody. How you will, let's say, describe the current international situation of Kosovo? What kind of problems do you have?
Should I talk or you want to? Okay. Well, I mean, Kosovo is recognized by over 100 countries, but what is most important is recognized by the main powers, or 2/3 of the world's GDP or wealth, or whatever you might call. So by United States, most of the European Union, except for five countries, and then we basically, I think, have gone a long way since the war in 98, 99 that we had. When you come to Kosovo, especially if you've been before there, I think you won't recognize it has had an enormous development. It's still considered by every indicator the most democratic in Southeast Europe. We've had government changes many times, free elections. The recent government was in opposition and they won 51%, to a landslide victory. That doesn't always happen in Southeast Europe, that the opposition party will win in those numbers. Free media, very critical, I would say, of the government always, whenever and whoever is in the government. And then we've had some troubles in the north of the country recently with Serbia, which I think now we have an agreement to de-escalate the situation. I think things are moving forward. But in terms of life, Priština is one of the safest capitals in Europe. That's worth mentioning. So it's extremely safe. It's cosmopolitan. It's not the most beautiful place on earth, I would say, especially compared to Poland, which I think is very beautiful. I mean, almost every city I have been to is very, very beautiful. It has history, culture, heritage. Maybe we lack a little bit of that, but it's very cosmopolitan and people are friendly, positive, and I think, especially for international students, I think we're a welcoming country. We've had a few Polish students, from what I understand, at our university, not from I think your university, but from I think another partner university, and I think they've had a good time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, for the Polish people, if you want to say something about touristic possibilities, you will say Kosovo is?
Kosovo is very different from Poland, which is very flat and beautiful. Kosovo is mountainous. So if you're about outdoor sports, walking, climbing, trekking, I think Kosovo is the place. It's considered one of the best, which I just recently got to learn from a Croatian friend of mine, that is one of the best places globally for heli skiing. What heli skiing is, which I just learned recently, you go with helicopter on top of the mountain and then you do free ride skiing for those adrenaline junkies, I guess. But it has beautiful, I would say, landscape, mountains, and food. I think we have very tasty food.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
A mixture of, 2,000 years of Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman Empire, all of them gravitating in our region. So every one of them bringing their own, I would say, culture, and especially in terms of food. And so it's a mixture of all.
Mm-hmm. Understand. What is quite interesting, and I think also many people in Poland maybe do not know that when you will travel to Kosovo, you can use euro currency. But Kosovo is not the part of the European Union. Poland is in the European Union, but we don't have euro. How it's possible?
Actually, we didn't have a currency after the war, so we've been using Deutschmark as a transitory currency because we didn't even have a central bank or anything. So when a euro basically replaced, for example, Deutschmark in 2001, Kosovo government decided to unilaterally adopt euro as its own currency, and in, of course, agreement with the European Union and European Central Bank, we became a euro country. I think it's one of the best things that happened to Kosovo. Of course, initially it was challenging in terms of inflation, and also there are always discussions pro and contra whether it's better to have your own currency as a way to monitor, impacting your own monetary policy. But I think in a small transition country like ours, it has served us very well, because if we had our own currency, we might have had maybe crazy governments who would just print money to cover for the public works that they wanted to do, and then devalue the currency and create inflation and all these things. So we had a very stable macroeconomic situation with debts at 14.5% of the GDP level, were the lowest, I think, in Europe. So the lowest public debt in Europe, and also the lowest non-performing loans in the region, 1.9% of non-performing loans, which is by far the lowest, at least in our region, of 7-8 countries around.
What about prices in Kosovo? Kosovo is expensive country?
Not so expensive, maybe cheaper than Poland. It used to be much cheaper till now, but it's okay still.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So the next holiday in Kosovo?
Yes, probably.
Probably, especially for the Polish people. My last question is a little light. So we are here in the campus which belongs to the University of Social and Media Culture in Toruń, Poland. Our universities, let's say, cooperate during the last few years. What do you think about this university?
We have honestly very high esteem for your university here. We see your university as a very forward-looking, progressive university, open to partnerships. We already collaborate to put it simple for the viewers, in the exchange programs, the Action 1, but also in other European projects and funds. And we're very happy that 4 of our students will be joining your university from next semester, and I think they will really have a great time here, being very well taken care of. What we like about, especially about your university, is your student-centric focus, your values and ethics-based approach to education, and your partnerships. So you instill very important values in the students, which is, I think, is extremely important, especially in the time that we're living in, a time of big global change. I think we need not just good professionals, but most and foremost we need people with great values, with character, and with great ethics. And I think that what makes your university very special, and we're very happy that our students will be able to experience that.
Mm-hmm. If you have possibility to return to Poland, you will return?
With great pleasure, and I'm looking forward to that actually. And I'm not just to Poland, I'm looking forward to come and teach at your university very soon, deliver a course or part of a course, and also create perhaps projects between our students and your students that they could deliver in groups virtually. You know, now the world is very small. We can do a lot of things online and virtually, so we need to bring together our students more, not just physically, which is of course very important, but also culturally. To the students who might see this interview, I want to say that really take every opportunity to go and study abroad if you can, for 1 semester, because it will change your life. It will give you a new perspective, you will learn new culture, you will get immersed into a new country, and you will create relations that will last forever. And you know, they might be, you never know, you know, life is long, and it's those relations that count.
And such programs like Erasmus Plus just waiting for every students who really want to recognize other countries, other cultures, and other amazing peoples like you. So thank you very much that you are here with us. Dziękuję Państwu za wysłuchanie tejże debaty online realizowanej wspólnie przez RODM Toruń oraz Biuro Współpracy Międzynarodowej Międzyuczelnialnej przy Akademii Kultury Społecznej i Medialnej w Toruniu i zapraszam na kolejne wydarzenia organizowane przez toruński ośrodek. Dziękuję bardzo, do widzenia.